Day 24, part 2. I've got to do the introductions like this now because I've got the new mic and I'm not sure whether it's filming or not because I can't hear the audio when I press this shutter button. Anyway, you didn't need to know that. I'm just explaining why it's changed a little bit, if I even end up using these videos in any context.
This is The Sales Game with Josh McKay, helping solar business owners sell more, make more, and work less.
I'm on day 24, part 2 of building a solar company, starting with a $10,000 capital and aiming to get $1 million a year in net profit, which is pretty achievable. The $1 million a year is pretty achievable. The $10,000 startup is proving to be quite difficult. I'm down to about $1,500 in my bank account, and I've got a loan repayment of $1,300. I've got a $1,300 monthly rent and some other things. I've also got to run ads and stuff, and that's all due next week. To bring out the creative juices, I was thinking about borrowing more money, but I honestly might just challenge myself to really make it work. I can try and go spend the $1,500 and get a couple of sales. I've also got a lead supplier who wants to give me some free leads as a sample to see if I can get some leads out of that. So that should help as well. And that's come in really good time, but it's forcing me to be very resourceful. So I feel really good. The pressure's on now. I feel really good about the progress I've made. Today I actually posted Facebook ads, so they're in review at the moment. Hopefully I'm targeting some regional areas outside of Perth. Hopefully those come through and get approved, and hopefully get a couple of leads and I'm basically just driving for messages, and I'm going straight for low-hanging fruit, people looking for solar. That's what I'm going for. We'll see if it works. I basically just put a photo of myself up on the roof in front of some solar panels in high vis and said, if you're a homeowner in this area looking for solar, send us a message to get a quote. We'll see. If I haven't reinvented the wheel exactly on that one, so we'll see. I've got another like eight headlines. I actually created about 30 headlines. I'd like to test them all, but I just need to create some imagery for the headlines for the various types of lead magnets that I'm doing. So I'm going to be doing I'm going to try and go straight in for the core solar offer, and that's where I'm basically going straight in for solar. But I could also go for different aspects of the service that we provide. For example, I could give the home assessment where we go through, look at all the appliances, make sure the usage is all correct, and make sure the bills add up to what we expect. Because some people might think, I don't know why I'm getting these big power bills. Like across the road, they've got small ones, but I've got huge ones. So that is a big thing that happens with people. So I could probably play on that for homeowners. And the other one is a rebate checker. So these are people that really haven't even thought about it, or they've not really thought about thinking about it, which is solar rebates that are available to them. And so it's, have you been affected by a price increase in the last 12 months? You may be eligible for a rebate, stuff like that. So that's essentially the lead magnet, but I want to create actually something like an offer that I can say, we'll come out, we'll do this and this for you for free. Something like that, to give people a really strong reason to engage with the content that I'm putting out there. So that I'll be doing tomorrow, but I'm also put high pressure on generating leads. Any of these leads that I do make from Facebook, or even with the call center leads that I'm sampling, when I get a sale, I'm going to go and knock the doors and let the customers know, let the neighbors know that I've done a sale and that we're going to be in the area doing an install, and try and get some more sales as well. I'll do a bit of door knocking. I've done so much door knocking in my life that I'm not overly keen on going out just straight cold, fucking spending a few hours every day cold door knocking. But it is getting to that point where I think if I don't have anything coming through by Monday, I'm going to have to start door knocking. I don't really want to borrow money, because the only places I can borrow money now is through friends or family. And I want to cut that off for myself, because I don't want to keep relying on it, because I've already borrowed money from friends and family last year. So yeah, it's in a position now where it's time to just knuckle down and do the hard work. Today, I initiated that sample leads with Pranay, that's the Indian call center. So I actually said that I wasn't going to buy leads from him because first of all, I didn't know I was running low on money, but also I was worried about the quality and what I'm looking for. It didn't quite match. He's basically said, look, I think I can find the quality. Let me try and get you a couple of leads, see how they go. If they work well, you can pay me. So that's very cool. I started that process with him. I told him I needed to wait, so I initiated that. I know it sounds like a small thing, but it's a big thing because I'm committing to taking on leads and basically customers now. So I'm shifting from building to sales. And I probably could have done that a little bit earlier. Maybe should have, but we're here now. I brainstormed and then posted Facebook ads, which I'm happy about. I did a pay run for Jerry, who's my operations manager. He's been on for about a month now. That was his second pay run. Pay fortnightly, so yeah, that makes sense. He got half the last money that we got. It's important that we pay our people because he's very important. He's really good to work with. So I want to keep him confident in everything we're doing. I started working on the terms of trade for the contract. That's not going to take much longer. I just have to format it and I'm going to squeeze it in, put it in terms and conditions. I've got a couple of terms and conditions I need to add, which I've already made for some of the offers that we're offering, like the money back guarantee, how we calculate that, and some things that will make it non-valid. I spoke with TradeZone, a stock supplier, and ended up confirming that they do an STC trade against the stock. So the STCs is a rebate. If you don't know about solar, you shouldn't be watching this video because I'm aiming towards solar companies. Anyway, the rebates come like a week after the solar is installed, and that can affect cash flow. But what these stock suppliers do is they will basically, you don't have to wait that week. Once the STC's documentation submitted, you can get the money credited towards stock to flow the next one on. There's pros and cons to that. Pros is less exposure to large lines of credit and things going wrong. Cons is actually the same thing, less exposure to large lines of credit, which can be very helpful when you're trying to apply for loans and things like that to expand the business or look at acquiring. I am still not 100% certain. Cash flow is going to be important to start with, but I've got an Amex for the cash flow, so I can cash flow that to build up that credit and then also build up credit limit with stock suppliers and give myself a lot longer time period to pay, which is also really handy. So I'll do it. I'll let you know once I start doing it, but I think I'm leaning towards trying to use the Amex and maybe trading our own STCs. But there is an issue in the industry at the moment with the STCs not getting paid even within that week. They're taking even longer, and that would significantly affect cash flow. And there's not a lot of positives in that, except you got to wait. So there's two things you got to do: either charge triple what you wanted to charge, so that the STCs is just a bonus profit. You've got good profit in the core what you're charging a customer, and when the STCs get paid, that's just the cherry on top. But you need to have profit in what you've charged the customer without the STCs, almost pretending like they're not there. I just said there's two things and I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I was trying to get it back, but that happens to us all. So yes, spoke to TradeZone. They seem really good to work with. Free delivery, just good pricing. They haven't screwed over my old business partner, Shane. They haven't screwed them over in trying to slip in extra charges on invoices and stuff like pretty much every other supplier. Whether they were doing that on purpose or they did it on accident, either way, TradeZone doesn't do that. So they've got better systems in place. And I had to submit some extra documents to get Plenty application progressed. Good news, so that's the residential customer side of things. Fingers crossed on that, because if we do get that, the price points that I've got now, it's like a $9,000 6.6 kilowatt system, which has about $4,500 in it for worst case and about $6,000 in it for best case. So around $5,250. If we get finance for Plenty, I can add an extra basically $3,000 to that price, because we can offer customers repayment options and bring the monthly spend, you spread it over 7 years, and your repayment options become quite low. And if business is doing well, you can provide more value. already providing shitloads of value actually. Good news on that front, the finance side of things, is there is a company called SmartEase which links in with OpenSolar. They do commercial finance. OpenSolar is our quoting tool. Link in directly so customers can apply and finance, and they do all the calculations of repayments and show what the bills will be before and after with the repayments and everything like that. They were super fucking easy. Actually was approved and accredited just from an inquiry form. To ask about them, I filled out an inquiry form. They created an account, approved me and accredited me, and I'm ready to start selling. And then someone called me and gave me like the rundown for 20 minutes. That was awesome. So commercial finance, low doc, basically no doc needed, except no financial docs needed for under $150,000 loans for most businesses. So that's very cool. That'll provide a lot of options for repayments. So definitely looking like commercial is the way that we are going to lean into. I do want to do residential because I do want to learn some lead generation tactics and such, but I also want to make money and I want to make more money, and commercial is good. The reason I want to make money is because I can use that money to learn residential lead generation tactics and hire someone and pay them to train me on how to do it. So that's the thoughts on everything at the moment. That's where the day is, feeling really good about the productivity of the day. Tomorrow is just going to be about putting more ads up to try and generate more leads. Facebook takes their time to approve ads. So if I put an ad up tomorrow, it probably won't get approved till later. So it's looking, there is a very likelihood, unless Pranay comes through with leads, there is a very high likelihood that I'm going to be door knocking next week. I said I would. So it's time, like I said, might be time to do the hard work. Anyway, excited. Also, it's pretty cool that I got this. I hope the audio quality is better. Until next time.